Most of us grew up with the digital click-clack of a joystick. It's on or it's off. But if you wanted to survive a game of Le Mans or play a decent game of Clowns, well, you needed the paddle. But have you ever wondered how this little plastic knob tells the C64 exactly where it's positioned? Today we're cracking one open to look at the engine inside, and I'll explain why your C64 sound chip is actually doing all the heavy lifting. Oh, and of course we'll play some paddle games. Stick around.
Let's go into the MonroeWorld.
Inside, it's incredibly simple. This is a potentiometer, or a pot. Think of it as a dimmer switch for your lights. It's just a long strip of resistive material. When you turn the knob, you're moving a metal wiper across that strip. The further the signal has to travel through the strip, the more resistance it meets. In a joystick, the signal is a yes or no. In a paddle, the signal is how much, specifically, how much electricity is making it through to the other side. Now here's the weird part. The Commodore 64 can't actually speak resistance. It only understands digital numbers. To fix this, the Commodore used the SID chip, yes, the sound chip, as a translator. Inside the computer, there's a tiny component called a capacitor. Imagine it's a small bucket. When you turn the paddle knob to low resistance, the electricity flows fast and fills the bucket instantly. When you turn it to high resistance, the electricity just trickles in and the bucket fills slowly. The SID chip simply counts how long it takes to fill that bucket. If it fills it fast, the computer registers a low number like 0. If it fills slow, it registers 255. That number is what moves your paddle on the screen. Because this relies on physical contact and electrical timing, these are prone to the jitters. If that resistive strip gets dirty, the bucket fills unevenly and your paddle jumps around. A little contact cleaner usually fixes that right up, but in the case of the main paddle here, I didn't get it clean enough, and you're going to see this issue in action when we play some games in a few moments. Simple, elegant, and a bit of 8-bit engineering genius. Now, on to the games. Obviously, the definitive game we have to play first is Arkanoid. After all, it is the definitive paddle game, after all. Now, I can't even imagine playing Arkanoid without a paddle. I have a paddle on my DS, I have a paddle everywhere, or some sort of an analog control. Now you can see this is really, really good. It's exactly what you'd want in the arcade. But you'll notice when I go to the right side of the screen, here it comes. You see that? My paddle jumped over to the left. Now, what this basically means is my cleaning job was subpar. So somewhere on that resistant strip of metal is some sort of dirty or nastiness. See, it jumped again. It makes it almost impossible to play, right? You could play over here safely on the left-hand side of the screen, the left half or so, but that just, I don't know, takes all the fun out of the game if you have to concentrate on where you're going to be on the screen, let alone chasing that little bouncing ball around. So this is what happens when you get dirty, nasty resistance pads, and probably if you buy these from eBay, you're going to have that. But maybe we can find a game that doesn't have that so much of a problem anyway. Now, this is Clowns, again, another definitive paddle game, and you can see it's going to be okay. I've managed to sort of adapt. I skipped ahead just a little bit once I got my bearings. But you see I'm going really slow when I'm on that side, and now I've got pretty much concise control. Now, once this thing speeds up and I've got to haul ass to get over to the other side of the screen, oh, see, there's that same area again. So there's probably just one little tiny sliver of that resistance strip that needs cleaning. For this one, I did not take the potentiometer completely apart, and that was my fault. I just tried to spray it out. And I see I'm doing okay. I'm doing okay. This is playable. I'm doing okay. I even got my bonus. But eventually, you know, it's just, you're going to be thinking about it the whole time. Now here's Le Mans, and this actually plays very well. Notice how your area of influence is only in the middle of the screen. So the area near the T on that start there, that's where I started having problems. As long as you're in the middle of the road, this plays fine because there's not a problem with the resistance strip over to the right-hand side of the actual playfield. Now, if that were to open up a little bit, I might get screwed. But yeah, this was actually a really good experience. Now, I hadn't played this game before, honestly, because I didn't have paddles when I had a Commodore 64 before. So yeah, this was a very good experience to play this game with this even dirty paddle. It's a pretty fun game. Oh, it's over already? Okay, fun. All right, let's go on to another game. Lightsaber. Now this one, hey, this one wants me to watch their title screen, I guess. Let's go. Come on. All right, so as you may have guessed, this is another Kaboom type game. Okay, now you can see this one's a little more touchy. Again, see how I'm keeping myself to the left half of the screen? But pretty soon they're going to drop stuff over on the right, and I'm kind of screwed. But right now, as long as I'm in the middle, I'm okay. Kind of a fun game, actually. I mean, it's, oh, see, there we go. You cannot reliably be in that area. Now, I guarantee if I pull this pot apart, I'm going to find something nasty or gummy right there at that area. But let's see how far I can make this without actually screwing up or the game's... Oh, see, no. It's nerve-wracking, not because I can't catch the crap, because I'm not sure if the buckets are going to disappear out from underneath me. I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, Shane, why are you showing me bad paddles? Why didn't you open it up, fix it, and then show it to me again? I'm getting there. I want you guys to understand and see what happens in various different games with this problem. All right. HAL Laboratory Night was his Night Driver, right? So this is another one that doesn't really care sort of like where on the screen you are. Now, this is just me being a bad player. You can see that it's picking up the turn, right? This is more of a differential. Is he turning or not? Right? It's not so much how much are you turning. Unfortunately for me, I've got a lead foot. I never let off. I never slow down for the curves. And, you know, that's not how you play a racing game. But I was trying to figure out more about how the pot was handling this type of a game. So I wasn't really in gaming mode. I was more in testing mode. But yeah, so this is a game that you could probably play very well, even with this sort of shady paddle. Next up, good old Omega Race. Now, there is a second Omega Race that's cleaned up a little bit that looks a little bit better. I was going to show that one, but I had the Commodore official one here, and I thought I would go ahead and use that. Yeah, I mean, this is perfect. This is a basic ship rotation. You can compensate quickly. My biggest problem is the fire button and the thrust are shared. And so, you know, just like playing with the trackball in one of my other videos. Dang it, come on, are you serious? That was one guy left. All right, I'm going to play this a little bit more. I've always liked Omega Race. You know, the VIC-20 version of Omega Race is probably like the king of Omega Races. There's some interesting lore behind the VIC-20 versus the C64 version. You should go look it up if you're interested in the whole Omega Race saga. But yeah, no, this is a perfect game. I just suck. This works just fine, even with a little dirty paddle. It's just a matter of sort of getting your bearings, how much thrust you can do. Yeah, okay, there we go. I finished a round. Jeez. Lordy, lordy, lordy. All right, so this is Panic Analog, I believe is the name of this one. I cut off the title screen. So this is cool. Yeah, okay, so it's another Kaboom game. But at least this one, you have to toggle the state of your little guy. See how he's got a little fire on his head? That means I can catch the fireballs. When water falls, I have to open my mouth and catch it in my mouth. But again, just like with any other Kaboom game, see, toggle, get the water. Nope, damn it, no. So frustrating. So yeah, this is kind of fun. This reminds me of like an old DSiWare game or something. I would totally have played this on the DSi. All right, this is a great Commodore pinball game. Unfortunately, with the jitters right there on the, well, it's holding up okay now. But you know, when you need it the most, that's when it'll start skittering out. This, I can't wait to play this with good paddles. This would be a fantastic game. Listen, I'm a sucker for video pinball, okay? What can I tell you? I even like stupid Atari VCS 2600 pinball. I like digital pinball. What can I say? I like real pinball too. And this is really nice. And I was able to see how you can make those like glancing blows with the paddle. You can't really do that with a joystick. It just doesn't feel right. But yeah, this actually played really good. I just suck. All right, I saved this game for the end. Seawolf. I left this for the end because you play two players at once with two paddles. Now you can see my experience with paddle number one completely sucks here. But with paddle two, look how smooth this is. There's no jumping around. It's super clean. And I cleaned this one down to bare metal. So I took the entire pot apart, cleaned the strip and everything. The first one, as you may have seen on the earlier part of the video, I just sprayed through it with contact cleaner. Not good enough. You've got to pull apart the pot and get all the way down to the metal strip if you want this level of precision. And look how great it is. I mean, I can't wait to go back and play Arkanoid or something. So what I'm going to probably do is I'm going to take the pot out of number 2 and put it in number 1. Listen, if you like what we're doing here, like, subscribe, hit the bell. You guys know what to do. I'm Shane R. Monroe. Thanks for watching. Take care. We'll see you next time.